Hello and welcome to the JTrain podcast. This is JTrain, Jared Freid, and it's a Chit Chat Wednesday where every week I have a guest. And this week, I'm so excited to have Jay Cohen back on the show. He is an amazing chef and cookbook author, and today we talk a lot about hosting parties. And I just have to say, like, Jake is so much fun to have on the show, and it makes me so happy to see his success because we go way back, and it comes up every time he's on the podcast because I'm like a mom. Like, I remember when you were in diapers. Like, I remember when he was doing this thing on Instagram where he would make the pasta look good in a swirl, and then we were and I thought it was great, and then we were on this show together that never went on the air. We talk a little bit about that, but it is always an easy and fun time with Jay Cohen, and I want you to go get his book in the description of this episode. You can hit the link, get the book. It looks unbelievable. Everyone needs a cookbook because, especially if you want to host a party, it's all there for you. So go check out the book, check out this episode. I love talking to Jake. Enjoy. Hello and welcome to the JTrain podcast. This is JTrain, Jared Freid, coming to you live. And from Delray Beach, Florida, that's right. Every Wednesday is a Chit Chat Wednesday where I speak to an entertainer, an expert, a friend. And today we have all three of those things, okay? A friend, an expert in dinner parties and hosting, and I chef. Are you allowed to call yourself a chef?
Yeah, you can go for it.
I don't know if that's like if you have to go to a certain like MBA school, it's like one of those like chef
For sure.
cook. I know that there's
Which
a
I
difference. Okay, so we have a chef.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. This is why you're great at what you do. As after I insult you and don't know that you're a chef. But he is also a friend, a chef, and also an entertainer because they have a new book that is out or has come out, but it's coming out September 30th. So if you're listening or watching on YouTube, September 30th, we have the link to either the pre-sale or the actual sale link. It is called Dinner Party Animal, and they are already a New York Times bestseller. Jake Cohen, thank you for coming on the show.
Hello. I love how you hedge your bets of like, whenever this comes out, it's either going to be out. It might be out. It might not be. I love it.
On the podcast game, you got to be ready for everything. You don't know when things are coming out. I want it to come out the best. What's the best way to help someone? Because I have a book. I'm writing a book. I have a book coming out. I have a book coming out, and not to make your interview about me, but I
No. I love that because that is literally when I tell you the strongest character trait I have is I have the power of delusion to make any single thing back to me.
I love it. That's a tough podcast because it's just two people like, so I think, but maybe it's a good podcast because it's like two people that are like, you take the stage, pass the mic, take the stage, pass the mic. I have a book coming out in June, and what is the best way to help a writer, a cookbook author, a chef like yourself? What is the best way to help someone? Because that's why, and I hate help zone. I hate the word support. I'm sorry. I'm not going to even let you talk. I hate when people are like, I'm doing it for support. No. You have a product that you are proud of that will help someone's life. So how can they, people are like, oh, how much does the book cost, Jake?
$35.
So people are going to take their hard-earned 35 clams, and from that, they're going to get a book that's going to help them be a dinner party expert. It's going to help them become the dinner party person of their dreams. And let me just tell people, it has recipes, it has grocery lists, and it has a timeline, which I think is so important. It's going to hold your hand. Jake is going to hold your hand, and he's He's got great hands. He's moisturizing. He's got a good hand to hold. And he's going to hold your hand and make sure that you know what time to start cooking, what time to start prepping.
Exactly.
That's a huge deal with hosting. So this book really gets you through, and it's got Thanksgiving. It's going to help you with Thanksgiving, bagel brunch, steakhouse, Mediterranean. They have all different themes. So whatever theme hosting event you have. So what's the best way for someone to, like, if they're going to buy it anyways, they want to buy it right?
For sure. Listen, the best way to support is to pre-order because it's coming out, either it's already out or it's about to come out. And that way you already have it being shipped to your home. You can do it from wherever books are sold. Obviously, I always love to encourage people to like support their local indie bookstore, but like get the book. Get the book. Do what you can, and I'll be going. And I'll work our way to indie
bookstore. Yeah,
exactly. I'll be going on tour, so it's like you can come to one of the events.
What do you do on tour? What do you do on tour?
So it's actually, I'm doing a really cool thing this year. So the main ones are going to be New York, LA, and then obviously a bunch of other cities. But for New York and LA, because I have just such a huge community there, I have portraits in the book of so many of my friends and family that like taste tested the recipes, and many of them are coming to help moderate conversation. So in New York, it's going to be my two roommates, Bedge Pasick, Alex Edelman, in conversation with Modi, Taffy Ackner, and most likely Judy Gold. And so all be on stage.
What a crew. That is a very low without
not getting a word at
panel. Yeah. No one's going to be able to talk. Oh my God. Now I will say this. When I saw that you wrote a cookbook for hosting, it made sense. I wasn't surprised because if you watch your life and see you on social media, you do host a lot. Not, I'm still waiting for my invite, but it does look like you have this wide group, and you do this. This is something that you're like.
It's my favorite thing in the world. It's my favorite. I think it is the reason that I work is to be able to support a life of hosting.
What do you like most about hosting?
The connection. If food becomes this conduit for conversation, and you think of all of these evenings I have where we have these discussions about life, and we laugh and we cry and we overeat. And, I mean, this occasion, again, there have been many tears at dinner parties. Wow. Mainly positive ones. Sometimes not. Yeah. Sometimes there actually is, like, it becomes a safe space for discussion. And we got, oh my God, I had this one a few weeks ago. Wow. We got into such a heated debate. What? It was mainly Jews. So it's like, so there were a couple of Gentiles there, and they're watching us, and we're kind of screaming at each other. And they honestly thought it was like the end of the friendship. And then it obviously it finishes, and they're like, no, it's fine. This is just like part of dinner with us.
Right.
Like, it's just
I taped a special in December, and there's a line in it. I don't really, on stage, I kind of let this set, I mentioned being Jewish once and in the whole set, but it's like, Seinfeld's a Jewish show, never mentions being Jewish.
Never says Jewish. Yeah.
Right. So it's to me, it's a little bit like that, but I do say, do you have that weight loss joke? Do you have the weight joke? Which one? I mean,
you used to do this whole bit about your mother and commenting on your weight.
Yeah. The whole thing is about yeah. That's like the whole thing is about going to the beach with my parents, and it's all about that. It's a 1 hour show about my parents and the beach, and then there's a part I go
brilliant,
and I go. It's nice. Sometimes I like when there's Jews in the room because you guys know more than anyone else that right now I'm not yelling. So like, and like the whole show like is at this tone that is just like a little bit higher than normal speak.
For sure.
I think when you're at your dinner party, they're like, "Oh my God, the friendship's over." You're like, "No. This is just a discussion. This is just."
And as long as everyone's fed, everything goes on. As long as there's good food, it's like nothing. You can say anything you want.
So, what did you serve at this battle royale? Like, what was your, what did you serve there?
Oh, I'm trying to remember now. I'm pretty sure it was pasta night, and I have a recipe in this book for this, like, it was a kind of a last minute gathering, and I have this really good baked gnocchi dish, and it uses like store-bought gnocchi, and you're like zhuzhing up store-bought marinara sauce with red wine and garlic, and you just like bake it with pesto
and
ricotta,
just
and it's
get it in a
good.
big pot and let's go.
Get it into a big pot, throw it in the oven, and it was just one of those things where everyone was so cozy, so happy, and it's why their walls go down and they really are comfortable saying the most unhitched things to each other.
Now, okay, so I want to make sure people get the book. The link is in the bio to this episode. It's if you're watching on YouTube, it's in the bio on YouTube. If you're listening on podcasts, it's in the bio. It is called Dinner Party Animal, and it's got recipes, grocery lists, timelines. And so break it down. Thanksgiving, bagel brunch, steakhouse, Mediterranean. What else you got? Pasta
Everything
night.
you can imagine. Yes, like a red sauce Italian pasta night, and it's start to finish for any occasion. So there's one that's called That Was Tonight, and it's kind of the menu for like when you forgot you invited people over, and you could throw it together in just a few hours.
So basically it's more called Let's Act This Out. I'm a performer, as you know.
Yeah.
That was tonight. That's
Exactly.
how you want people to say it. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
So like that's a celebration meal. So I have like this steakhouse dinner and this like Italian red sauce dinner. And for me, those are like the something good happened. Like, yeah, it's a birthday or something.
Celebration.
A celebration. I have 2 holiday menus. I have a Thanksgiving menu and a Passover Seder. Just because those are the things that people get so stressed about. And I just don't get why people are so stressed for hosting, and the way I always
a judgment is walking through that door. You know, when I come over to someone's house, when I would come home from an event, my mom and dad are going to go, what did they serve? How was the house? What did you bring? You know, there's questions, and all those questions are judgy fucking questions.
For sure.
I'm looking at you going, did you have fun? Did you not? You know, now you're a restaurateur when you have people over.
Yeah, but like my response to that is always like when you go to a yoga class and you reach to touch your toes and you can't, does the girl next to you start yelling at you or shaming you or say you're disgusting? No, because you know that's not the point. You're on a journey towards touching your toes, but you don't beat yourself up because you can't do it yet. So I think the act of showing up to the class, the act of throwing the dinner party is what's getting you on this journey towards hosting.
People do appreciate someone doing it, like attempting the feat, because it is a feat. Now, what would you say? Like, okay, there's someone sitting right now. They're like, I don't know, maybe I'll throw a party. Maybe I'll have people over. What's your number one, like, advice to them? Like,
don't invite people you hate, like invite people you love. Like it's like really, it's as simple as that. If you make good food and invite people you like, you're going to have a great time.
This episode is brought to you by Prize Picks. You and I make decisions every day, but on Prize Picks, being right can get you paid. Don't miss any of the excitement this season on Prize Picks, where it's good to be right. It's easy to get started. Just choose more or less on player stat projections. If you pick right, you could cash in. I'm telling you right now, you know I love watching football, basketball, baseball. I am a huge sports fan. Prize Picks, and I'm showing you right now. Here's the app, okay? The app is beautiful. It looks great. It's easy to use. The app lets you be involved with a game that you might not have been involved with. If you're going out to the bar with friends, if you're going out to try and meet people, this is a great, fun activity to play while you're at the bar. You see that Prize Picks has a certain stat and you go higher. And now you're cheering for this player as if they're your own family. And what is more fun than that, than having a friend that's playing in the game? Now you make the player your friend that you're cheering for. Maybe you meet someone at the bar and they go, I love this team. And they're like, you like this team? And you're like, I love that player because I want them to do well because I have chosen them on Prize Picks. So this is like a great way to make a weekend trip to the bar just way more exciting. With Prize Picks, cashing out is quick. They offer Venmo, Apple Pay, MasterCard, and more. And Prize Picks even has Flex Play, which means you can still cash out even if your lineup isn't perfect. You can double your money even if one of your picks doesn't hit. So this is great. It's a fun way to sprinkle some hot sauce on a day at the bar. That's what I would call it. Download the app today and use code JTrain to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code JTrain to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. So I have this idea, and I want to run it by you because I think you have to make my idea better. This is about, we write to edit here on the JTrain podcast.
Yeah, of course.
So I have this idea, and you're single now.
I am.
So wait a minute, you were married.
I was.
So I saw you.
We ran into each other.
I'm in the West Village. I'm at the restaurant. What is that restaurant called? It's really good. And then
it's fine. It's my fine. friend. No, my friend Jason was like, "Listen,
Malateska.
I really want us to go to a nice. I really want to go to
Barstool gave it a zhuzh, right? And then they blew up, and it got Barstool-ified, so to speak. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
And he wanted to go to. It's like, let's go have a nice alfresco dinner in the Village. I was like, what? Why? And he's like, he just was so set about the ambiance. Everyone's always about the vibe, and the vibe is very good.
Vibe is good.
The food, fine. Was there anything bad? No. Was it something that was wildly amazing? Also, no.
Here's the thing about Malatesta, but most restaurants in the Village could say this, but maybe not because they have that great corner spot with the outdoor seating.
Yes.
And the windows open. You are in a Sex and the City episode. As far as if I was to suggest to a man,
you have no idea how I'm in a Sex and the City episode.
You are.
Yeah.
What's going on? So you run up to me. I say hello to you. You're with a big group, and you're like, "I'm single now. I'm out there."
How? Well, it's because I was like, this is all you do with JTrain.
I know.
With your other podcast, with You Up. I'm like, I am the. I honestly think I am in the most powerful I've ever been. When it comes to, I think I'm going to become the next relationship expert. I think I'm going to become. I might start a cult. I might be the next Mel Robbins. Anything is possible.
This is a freshly single man. This is the talk of a freshly single person because everything is roses and gumdrops. So what have you been?
A year.
It's been a year. How hard was it? Going through the breakup.
I will leave that behind. I will start at the.
I'm not asking for anger. I'm not.
No. I think it
sucks to go through a breakup.
It's always difficult. Everyone goes through it in different ways. I turn to a lot of self-help and woo-woo. I'm very into all of
you
that.
reference Mel Robbins,
always love, let them love, law of attraction, Abraham Hicks manifestation. I did the Hoffman process. I'm like you artist's way. You name it, I'm onto it.
Get out of the break. You get out of the relationship. Here's the one thing I wanted to ask you about this. Because you're someone that I am I'll say this to you, I'm very happy whenever you pop up. I'm you meet people along whatever journey you're along. And the way we met was so random and, whatever.
My God, that fucking pumpkin.
And we did this.
We're doing this food segment on.
I tell the story. I think we might have told it last time we were on, but I tell the story. Maybe you see it differently than me. But there was basically they were going to do a Netflix for food. That was the plan, and they had bought the URL food.com, and it was going to be this big deal. And you were brought on and I was brought on, and it was going to be this we were going to be personalities on this big Netflix for food. And they taped promo and they taped all this. And the way I was told that it went down was day one, they turned the knob and food.com becomes, Genius Kitchen, I think it was called. All these people were angered because all their recipes were on this website and they got lost. And that was why it was a disaster from day one. But then maybe I'm telling the story. You didn't hear it.
I know nothing. I don't know. I didn't hear it.
Wasn't it weird that we did all this stuff and then it just went away?
Yeah, of course.
was it poof. We went in, we had like, it was like, we were like doing Christmas things. We were like, from our family to yours, like the Disney Channel original.
For sure.
Like, thing.
But like you're in this business, you know that's how it works. You go in, you build something, and never sees the light of day.
I just think it's so funny that like grandmama who like figured out one thing on the internet was to just make a bookmark on a recipe on food.com, and then that woman is like, what the fuck? Like, cause they just like lost their whole recipe thing. So it was like a revolt in the streets, all these women with, you know, aprons on.
Pitchforks.
Yeah. Right. So, so you get back. So this is all to say, meeting back then and seeing how successful you've been. It's like, I love that. But I knew this about you, that you were like, you've been in a long-term relationship and your families were very close. So like, that's gotta be tough. Like, you know,
for sure.
Of course, the self-help stuff.
Yeah. And listen, it's been a incredible journey. This last year, I've learned so much about myself. I've grown so much. I've had the wildest experiences I could ever imagine. Things that if I said on this podcast, everyone at home would have their hand over their mouth. It is just crazy.
Give us one. Show us the real Jay Cohen.
I mean, I think the thing is one of the things that I'd never done, and I love this. There's always that TikTok of acted like I was in my 30s and my 20s. So now I'm acting like I'm in my 20s and my 30s, and I'm 31 now. And I had never really, I was so focused, head down, working in my 20s.
Yeah.
And now I'm like a little bit 365 party girl at times. And so
let's get out there.
I would say in the last year, I've been to Berghain 4 times. And it's that techno club in Berlin with like it's got a little bit like
it's like a little sex party-ish, like a Jason.
It's like more like it's like a Holocaust themed like nightclub. It's like it's in this like warehouse in Berlin. You wait on this line for hours. They're like, yes, no. You put all your clothes in a bag. Like it's dark. But
even though I've been to Berlin, and when you get there, there is this it oozes sex is happening here. Like the whole town. Like when you go to a bar, like I went to a bar after the shows, and I remember like even the way people are dressed, you're like, oh, there's something going on here. And I was like, as PG as Berlin could ever be, like just having drinks. And I'm like, something is happening here. You know, that's great. Well, good for you. So you're enjoying single life. Do you want a relationship?
I mean, obviously, I think at one point it's all about, I'm a big believer. And one of the things is like, you attract what you want at that moment, whether you're aware of it or not. So I think in terms of the first few months, I was attracting passion. I was attracting these really like insane, incredible lovers, but like people that I really had no potential for anything more with. And the reason is like, because that's not what I wanted. I didn't want to fall into the next relationship.
Right.
And as you start to want depth and intimacy, depth in all of that is when you start to attract characters that are more representative of a potential future partner.
That's a really healthy way to look at it. I think that's also like, you know, if someone was like, because the hardest part about going through that phase of life is, and like the post-breakup phase, is you want to keep yourself open enough to meet someone that, you know, it could happen any day. It could happen at any moment.
Correct.
But you also want to protect the other people that you run into, you know, like that you're a month out. We get this email all the time where it's like, the person I'm dating is 3 months out of a breakup. So should I just give
one?
And right. But like they're asking that. And then there's the person who's 3 months out who might be taking you seriously. They might. You don't know that's, you know, but they.
For sure.
I mean, if someone was to like be 3 months out of a breakup and say, I'm trying to give the energy get the energy back that I'm putting out there, it kind of sounds a little bullshit, but you could say that at least you're communicating. You know, at least you're letting people know, like, I'm in this moment of exploration and fun, and I just want you to know that before we move forward.
Yeah, I think it's like, it's on them to be reaching out, like, what are you looking for? Right. Like, what are you looking for right now? And that comes up a lot. It's come up in a lot of conversations with different guys. And again, I think oftentimes there is that idea of like, oh, I'm not looking for something serious. And typically that's a response to someone that you just don't see something serious with.
I'm not looking for something serious with you. Is
correct. And I'm a believer at like, it really is. It's all energy. And it's like someone needs to match my energy, because I can tell you right now, if I meet someone and I'm obsessed with them and they're obsessed with me, like it's just going to keep going back and forth and it'll be a good volley.
Snowball.
I'm a hardcore lover and a hardcore leaver. Like I will give you all my energy, and the second that you're just not matching it, it's like, okay, I'll move on, because I know what I want. I know what I deserve. And that's someone that is, I said this on Tinks's podcast, and it's become like the thing. When I tell you, I get more women stopping me about this line than like recipes. And it's just one of my big mantras is like, there is nothing more unattractive in a man than not being obsessed with me. So it's like, if you're not obsessed with me, like I'm not gonna.
Right. The key to that is allowing yourself to be turned off. And that's like the problem a lot of people have is you got to taste it. Even if they're attractive,
they could be the hottest person in the world.
Right.
Guys, I have a list of men that I think are like so hot that I know one day, like, yeah, we'll probably hook up. But also deep down, I know that I'm not actively going towards it because of the fact that it's just not right for me.
So my idea for single people, you ready? And this has been my long time idea. And I think
we lock them up.
We lock them all up. We put them in the Berlin nightclub that you go to, and they all have to put on their leather strapless, assless, okay.
Yeah.
I've always had this idea of a friend luck, like a potluck, but friends. So Jake Cohen is going to cook us is going to host an amazing Friday night. And you invite 5 people. But those 5 people, to get in, have to bring one friend. Not single, not married. It doesn't matter what the relationship says. They have to bring one friend.
This is crazy. I literally say this in the introduction to this cookbook. That's one of my favorite things to do. Is I'm a big believer in like I always typically reserve a few chairs to let someone bring someone they love. Because that's the way. If they are a representation of the connection that you already have. So if someone you love is bringing someone they love into your life, then A, you're most likely going to love them, and B, if you hate them, it actually makes me rethink the first relationship,
right?
Like deeply. No. Like I have demoted friendships over the fact that they bring someone that is the worst person I've ever met into my home.
Wow. Yeah,
and I'm like.
It goes both ways, though, too. They bring someone you love, you go, I didn't even know you could have a friendship like that.
100%. And then I become closer to them and the new person. And like,
so the friend luck idea, I'm happy you're talking about this.
Yes.
Price of admission to my party is bring one friend. And
love it.
The thing with single people are anal and neurotic and very much want everything to be told to them before they show up. So a lot of the feedback is, well, I don't know anyone who's single. That means you didn't listen. Bring a married person, bring someone in a relationship. It doesn't matter. The best way to meet someone is loose connections. Bring that new friend.
Now that person, they have a single friend. Right. Like, oh my God,
everyone's got 200 friends. So what would you make for a friend luck if we had this event?
Okay. Ooh, that's a great one. So typically I have this menu, winner chicken dinner, and it's a roast chicken dinner with it's just all of the classics of what it's like a beautiful wedge salad with crispy capers. There's this roasted broccoli with this buffalo beurre blanc, smashed potatoes, roast chicken. It ends with a tarte tatin, the upside down apple tart. It's just all comfort food in a way that I find is kind of romantic. It's kind of a kind of quintessential date nighty thing. And I kind of also believe that if you're looking to manifest love, creating spaces that are date adjacent with the platonic soulmates in your life, which I truly believe I have so many I have so many of these connections of these deep friendships with people that are I refer to as like my platonic soulmates because they like just leave me so fulfilled emotionally. And it's what's really raised the bar for like a next potential partner. It's like, well, if I have all these people, like I need someone who's going to match that as well as bring the intimacy and all of the other stuff.
I think that's a big deal to especially older single people is you need a little bit of excitement from the community. You know, you need someone to go, oh my God, we didn't even think of these two together. You know, like you need the group to get you a little bit, because it's hard. You get negative. You know, you start going, I don't want to go out. Second date, who cares? It was fine. I think something
so
like
you
this
shouldn't.
more
So you shouldn't.
Well, but I'm
Like,
saying you go to this event. But I'm saying when you go to an event, when you
yes.
see someone at the event, you go friend of a friend. You're already pumped up.
I love that. It's true.
You're
getting hyped
drinking
up.
the Kool-Aid. So, okay, let's play a game before we go. I got a game.
Okay.
Peaks or pits? Peaks and pits, okay? I'm going to give you a subject that is, you know, group, dinner, you know, hosting event subject. You give me the peaks and pits of that subject, okay? Barbecues. What are the peak? What's your peak for a barbecue? What's your pit for a barbecue?
The peak is you typically get to see people in their bathing suit, given there's a pool, so you're getting just like a little bit more more intel on the clientele if you're looking for someone. Also, it's just more casual. I love a daytime hang. I'm a big believer in do your social things during the day and keep your nights sacred. Like,
yes, I love that my pits is seating. There's never great
because there's never seating. No, it's true. You got
never seating at a barbecue. Never.
But everyone looks better. Everyone looks better standing. So yeah,
I like a table in front of me. I think that's like where I do best from like nipple up.
Okay.
But and the peak to me of a barbecue is the food. I think barbecue food is just so much better for like a social interaction.
Yeah.
Like just the general hot dogs, buns, it's all built to move.
And pits, the pits is you're covered in barbecue sauce. There's never a world in which you're smoky, your hair is smoky, all this stuff. But again, to each their own. It's a small price to pay.
Okay. Playlists.
I think it should be. We have this thing. There's this like app called Radio, and you can pick like a country and a decade, and they'll play like songs that would have been on the radio during that time. And we love like 1950s Brazil is like a very popular one in our apartment.
What?
That being said,
how do you find that?
They do it. It's AI. I don't know. It's like I'm not a lawyer.
1950s Brazil. Let's give it a shot.
Oh, because it's like you just think of like whatchamacall, Copacabana, like you just say like it's so like Rio. It's very like chic.
Okay.
And but the thing is like I have trash taste in music. Like I love.
I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm a
hyper pop club. Like I want uns. And that's the only thing on my phone. So the algorithm knows. So even if I try to play like chill music, it'll eventually get to club music. And that's just not the vibe.
My peak for playlists is when they put them on the TV so that I can see what's playing. Because I don't want to be the guy, because I'm like you. I don't really have music.
Such a straight man answer.
I just want to know what's playing so that I don't have to go, what's this song I like? I don't have to reveal. It's a little too vulnerable to be like,
yeah, do
song that made me cry. Yeah, no, I'm out on Shazam. Okay, so on my pit is too loud. We got to figure out a volume.
That's true.
We got to figure out a volume. Okay, and it's got to be enough. I got to hear it so that I feel like I'm in a moment. But it's got to be less so I can talk. Okay.
Yeah.
My next one, chips. Peaks and pits for chips.
The peaks is a good dip. You got to have a good dip.
Right.
I have a couple of really great dip recipes in this book. And it's like, yes, I do this au poivre dip, which is like a version of like an onion dip. And I have this like vegan pea and white bean dip. It's also very good. And
you found that at your Berlin club.
100%. You know, there's a
in the
this is the wildest thing is I'll give you one X-rated story.
okay.
So there is this little shop, so you can go at some point because you're there for a long time. I think I was there I was there last time I was there a couple of weeks ago. It was like 13 hours, but many people go there for 20 plus, if not longer.
The smells, I can't imagine the smells. Okay.
Enough. But there is this little like shop. It's like an ice cream shop / smoothie bar. And so we all went for ice cream and we all are eating our ice cream and we're sitting down, we're eating our ice cream. And in front of us, there was a man just laying down with a girl blowing him right in front of us while we eat our ice cream.
Come on. This is a club that like
we're going to leave it at that. We're going to leave it at that. You want to go, you go. You don't want to go, you don't go.
Jake's being paid by the Tourism Bureau of Berlin today.
From your
Gonna sell some tickets. All right, listen. Let's do one more peek and pit, then we're going to let you go. Sides.
Oh, okay. So here's the deal. You got to have enough. You got to have variety because the issue is that people are picky eaters and they're so annoying. Like, and again, I'm annoying, so there's nothing wrong with it, but you just have to have enough. And that's why you don't serve sides that are so fucking weird. Like you don't go on the craziest thing ever. You should have a starch. You should have like a green veg and you should have like something else.
So a starch, because my pit would be potatoes. Sometimes potatoes, when they're served at a party, never hot enough. Fries go bad real quick.
Never do French fries. There should never be French fries at a party.
Ever.
Ever. Unless you're like, everyone's there and you get like McDonald's delivery, which I know that's like a big thing with your people. And when I mean like the girls that you're dating, like their favorite thing now is to throw a party where they put out a big thing of caviar and then they just like order a bunch of McDonald's French fries. And they're like, oh, look at us. We're so chic. Oh,
a little high-low moment. Yeah.
Give me a meal. Enough. They call it like, and then they serve martini. So it's an adult happy meal.
I got you. So what's the starch you go with?
Again, could be many different things. I love a rice. But again, and I also love a potato. There is a world in which you can do potatoes well. Smashed potatoes work better and like a roasted potatoes or a mash. Whatever happened to a good mashed potato?
It's tough for me. I feel like I've given up if I'm eating mashed potatoes in public. Like that's
my God, no. Oh, no. Oh, I love it. I have a shepherd's pie too in the book, which is so good because then it's like all in one. So you just like slop. I love slop. I think a lot of it's my favorite food group is slop.
Just two things running into each other on the plate.
Oh yeah, like stews and porridges and things where it's all combined.
Everyone go follow Jay Cohen if you don't already. The book, we want you to pre-order it right now or post-order it. Just order it. Just go get it. It's a beautiful looking book. I saw it on your Instagram. It looks great. Dinner Party Animal. It's out. Go get it. Thank you, Jake. This is fantastic.
Anytime.
We'll be back next week. Boom.